Thank you very much for the question. You have rightly defined what constitutes eJustice in Ghana. I think it's important we appreciate that it has a very specific meaning in the Ghanaian context, and discussions around should focus on the specific meaning. In terms of what can be done to entrench the eJustice system in the country, I think there are several things that can be done. I think first and foremost, we have to clearly define the goals of the eJustice system as well as the beneficiaries, because that will ultimately determine what we do with the system, including the content of the various processes. Second, I think we have to devote the relevant resources to make it successful. And by resources, I mean the relevant financial resources, as well as getting the appropriate expertise to administer and manage the process. Third, I would say that we need to make sure that the interests of all stakeholders are considered or taken into account in the design of the eJustice system, the various processes, and all stakeholders must come on board so that you can get the requisite buy-in for the system. And finally, I think it's important we recognize the risk in deploying technology in the administration of justice, because we have to remember that we are dealing with sensitive judicial information, and ultimately there are inherent security risks when technology is being deployed in any sector of life. We have to definitely take into account the impact of the system on judicial decision making, especially the discretionary powers of judges, if we are going to automate certain decision making processes. I think as part of the risk too, we have to consider the extent of the involvement of the executive in the administration or in the management of the eJustice system. We have to ensure that judicial independence is not in any way undermined. So we have to be concerned that we have very credible private parties who will not in any way jeopardize the information that become available to them or misuse the information that becomes available to them. So there are certainly a number of things we can do.